The big smoke? Why London? Ever wondered why London is such a big deal? No, really? Think about it. It's rainy, crowded, and the queue for the London Eye takes about as long as climbing Mount Everest. Yet, here we are talking about how this city on the Thames became, well, the capital of the world. Intrigued? Let's dive in. From humble beginnings, a tiny village to a global giant. London wasn't always the sprawling metropolis it is today. Imagine, if you will, a time before skyscrapers, before the tube, before pret-a-manger on every corner, the horror. Yes, London started as a humble village, but fate, it seems, had other plans. Over centuries, this little village morphed into a powerful city, a centre of trade, and eventually a global superpower. It's a real rags-to-riches story, minus the rags and with a lot more tea and crumpets. Those Romans knew a thing or two, London's strategic start. Our story begins with the Romans, those toga-wearing, aqueduct-building masters of conquest. They were not just warriors, they were engineers, architects and visionaries. Their empire stretched across vast lands, and they had a knack for identifying strategic locations. Around 43 AD, they decided that a little island called Britannia looked rather appealing. This wasn't a random choice. Britannia was rich in resources, and its location was perfect for expanding their empire further. They crossed the English Channel, probably complaining about the rough seas, but their determination was unwavering. The journey was treacherous with unpredictable weather and choppy waters, but the Romans were seasoned sailors and soldiers. Upon reaching the shores of Britannia, they stumbled upon a rather convenient spot on the River Thames. This wasn't just any river. It was a natural highway that connected the inland areas to the sea, making it an ideal location for settlement. They called it Londinium. And thus, London was born. Londinium quickly grew into a bustling hub of activity. The Romans built roads, bridges and buildings, laying the foundation for what would become one of the world's greatest cities. Why was the Thames so important? Well, it provided access to the sea, which was crucial for trade. The river allowed ships to bring in goods from all over the Roman Empire and beyond. Londinium became a prime location for trade and military operations. The Romans established trade routes that connected Londinium to other parts of the empire, bringing in goods like wine, olive oil and pottery. Clever, those Romans. They knew that controlling the Thames meant controlling the flow of goods and resources, which was key to their success. The Romans didn't just stop at trade, they built impressive infrastructure, including roads that connected Londinium to other major Roman cities. These roads allowed for the swift movement of troops and goods, further solidifying Londinium's strategic importance. Londinium wasn't just a military outpost, it was a thriving city with markets, forums and public baths. The Romans brought their culture, architecture and way of life to this new land, leaving a lasting legacy that can still be seen in London today. The strategic start given by the Romans set the stage for London's future growth and prosperity. Their vision and ingenuity transformed a simple riverside settlement into a cornerstone of their empire and eventually into the global city we know today. Medieval marvels, wool parliaments, and a spot of plague. Fast forward a few centuries, and London was thriving in the Middle Ages. The city was a bustling hub of activity, with merchants and traders filling the streets, and the River Thames serving as a vital artery for commerce and transportation. London Bridge was not just a crossing, but a marketplace in itself, teeming with life and trade. It became a major centre for the wool trade, with fluffy sheep effectively financing the city's growth. The wool trade was the lifeblood of medieval London, driving its economy and shaping its society. Shepherds tended to their flocks in the countryside, while merchants in the city negotiated deals and transported bales of wool to markets across Europe. The wealth generated from wool allowed London to expand and prosper, funding the construction of grand buildings and the development of infrastructure. Move over Silicon Valley, wool was the medieval tech boom. The demand for English wool was so high that it became a form of currency. With entire fortunes being made and lost in the wool trade, the industry was so influential that it even affected the political landscape, with laws and regulations being enacted to protect and promote the wool trade. Parliament also decided to set up shop in London, making it the political heart of England. The establishment of Parliament in the city solidified London's status as the centre of power and governance. Lawmakers and officials gathered to debate and make decisions that would shape the future of the nation. The presence of Parliament attracted scholars, lawyers and other professionals, further contributing to the city's growth and development. Of course, it wasn't all sunshine and roses. The city faced its fair share of challenges and hardships. Overcrowding, poor sanitation and the constant threat of fire were just some of the issues that plagued medieval London. The narrow, winding streets were often filled with waste and debris, creating a breeding ground for disease and illness. There was the small matter of the Black Death, a rather unpleasant plague that wiped out a good chunk of the population. The Black Death, which struck in the mid-14th century, was one of the most devastating pandemics in human history. It decimated the population, killing an estimated 1/3 of London's inhabitants. The plague brought fear and despair, with entire neighbourhoods being abandoned and bodies piling up in the streets. But hey, every city has its growing pains, right? Despite the horrors of the plague, London showed remarkable resilience. The city slowly began to recover, with survivors rebuilding their lives and communities. The experience of the Black Death led to significant social and economic changes, ultimately making London a stronger and more resilient city. The spirit of the people, their determination to rebuild and move forward, laid the foundation for the vibrant and dynamic metropolis that London would become in the centuries to follow. Rule Britannia, London at the helm of an empire. By the 16th century, London was ready for its close-up. The British Empire was on the rise, and London, as its capital, became the centre of a global network of trade, power and, dare we say, tea consumption. From the Americas to India, the sun never set on the British Empire. And at the heart of it all was London, growing wealthier and more influential by the day. It was the age of exploration, colonisation and really impressive wigs. London today. A global playground for finance, culture and fish and chips. Fast forward to today, and London is a whirlwind of activity. This city, with its rich history and modern vibrancy, stands as a testament to the blend of the old and the new. It's a place where centuries-old traditions meet cutting-edge innovation, creating a unique atmosphere that is both timeless and contemporary. It's a global financial hub, a cultural melting pot, and a tourist's paradise, or perhaps a tourist's purgatory, depending on how you feel about crowds and overpriced souvenirs. The financial district, with its towering skyscrapers, is a testament to London's economic prowess. Here, deals are made that can influence markets worldwide. Yet, just a stone's throw away, you'll find bustling markets and quaint shops that offer a glimpse into the city's diverse cultural tapestry. Walk down the street and you'll hear a symphony of languages, see a kaleidoscope of cultures, and probably get run over by a black cab if you're not careful. The streets of London are alive with the sounds of different tongues, from the melodic tones of Italian to the rhythmic beats of Swahili. This diversity is not just in the people, but also in the food, music and art that you encounter at every corner. From Buckingham Palace to the Tate Modern, the city offers a rich tapestry of experiences. Buckingham Palace, the iconic residence of the British monarch, stands as a symbol of the nation's storied past. Meanwhile, the Tate Modern, housed in a former power station, showcases contemporary art from around the world, reflecting the city's forward-thinking spirit. From Shakespeare's Globe to the West End, the theatrical heart of London beats strong. Shakespeare's Globe, a faithful reconstruction of the original theatre, offers a glimpse into the world of the bard, while the West End dazzles with its array of world-class productions, from timeless classics to cutting-edge new works. London has something for everyone, except maybe affordable housing. Whether you're a history buff, an art lover, a foodie, or just someone looking to explore, London has it all. The city's landmarks, from the historic Tower of London to the modern Shard, tell the story of a city that has continually evolved while staying true to its roots. However, amidst all this splendour, the challenge of finding affordable housing remains a stark reality for many. Yet, despite this, the allure of London continues to draw people from all corners of the globe, each adding their own unique thread to the city's rich tapestry. In a nutshell, how London conquered the world without really trying. So how did London do it? How did this little Roman settlement become the capital of the world? Well, it was a combination of factors: a strategic location, a knack for trade, a bit of empire building, and a whole lot of resilience. London has seen it all: plagues, fires, wars, and even the Spice Girls. And through it all, it has emerged as a global powerhouse, a city that continues to captivate, inspire, and yes, occasionally infuriate. Now what? Keep exploring London's story. This is just a taste of London's epic story. There's so much more to discover, the stories of its people, its triumphs, its tragedies, its weird and wonderful quirks. So go forth, dear reader, and delve deeper into the annals of history, or at least Wikipedia. And while you're at it, why not share this essay with your friends? Spread the London love. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.